18.
Thank you, Albert, as we welcome you to game number 3 of 3 here on this Friday evening as the Saints still fighting elimination, defeated Columbia Basin earlier today by a final of 8-3 after getting 6 runs in the 6th inning. They are taking on a, well, not aforementioned foe, the Bellevue Bulldogs, who have beaten them this season, and looking for a little bit of a grudge match here. Bellevue lost earlier to Clackamas, so once again the Saints and Bellevue facing elimination as we welcome you to the main field here at Delta Park for this North versus South Northwest Athletic Conference matchup. And what a game to have to end the day for us, win or lose, whether or not we will be back here with you tomorrow or if the season will be done. Take a look at the starting lineups for the Bulldogs. Leading off will be number 5, Kelsey Studioso.
Number 5, Kelsey Studioso.
And infield fielders for the Saints, Kylie Parsons back on the mound, Kayla Richmond behind the plate. Got Lexi Gary over at first, Matt Leach at second, Leslie Main at short, Sarah Martin at third, and the outfield is the same with Hodgson, Kosmicki, and Wilson as the first pitch is in there for a strike. Elimination game. Both these teams with one loss in the tournament. Moving from field to field. This is our third different field here today as that second pitch is just a bit outside, and it's 1-1. Christina Tadvik is on deck for the Bulldogs. As the 1-1 now to Studioso is upstairs. It is 2-1. Two balls and a strike, the count here on Studioso. Pitch from Parsons is down low, but in there, it's 2-2. Mount Hood, the designated home team, once again wearing the red pants, red and white jerseys. Bellevue wearing gray pants, white shirt as Studioso fouls that one off, and it remains 2-2. The only time these two teams play each other is in crossover tournaments. Bellevue got the best of them on the road, but now they've come down to Mount Hood's territory as one of the host schools, Mount Hood, Clackamas, and Chemeketa being the 3 host schools. So they're entering Saints territory now. Let's see how they act here at Delta Park. 2-2 pitch, swing, popped up, Matt Leach back, or Lexi Garrett, or yeah, that is Matt Leach. She'll make the catch, and there's one down.
Now batting for the Bulldogs from Monroe High School in Monroe, Washington. Number 26, Christina Tadvik.
Christina Tadvik, as I get my wonderful public address announcer, Albert Hensley, back. Not to throw any shade at the last public address announcer. She was very good as well, but I've known Albert all season, so it's good to have him back as that one is swung on, hit foul, and it's 0-1. Rounding out the lineup will be Morgan Sunchild next. Then will be Casey Emus, followed by Morgan Schultz, Katie Fodge, Zoe Morris, Taylor Wong, Haley Winkler, and Isabella Cannell. As now there is a delay on the field here. Not sure what is going on here. And now we're going to have a discussion. Just a little bit of a safety issue. They made the first base coach for Bellevue put on a helmet because there was one foul ball that went right by her, whizzed right by her. So just take an extra safety precaution. 0-1 now, as that one is just a bit outside, and the count now is 1-1 on Tadvik. Bellevue is led by head coach Paris Mammon and assistant coach Ron Hatlin. Next pitch is lifted up, foul out of play, and it's 1-2. One ball, two strikes on Tadvik. Top one still scoreless. Second batter for Bellevue, one out. In an elimination do or die game, as that one grounded foul, and the first base coach fields that one. So it remains 1-2. This is a game you can watch on the NWAC Sports Network. But you can also listen live here on the MHCC Advocast YouTube page. As the 1-2 is down low, it's 2-2. This is the only field that they are streaming. So any other games, we had a game this morning on field number 5. Then we had a game this afternoon on field number 3. Neither of those fields are streamed. So you can't get really any video unless you watch some parent tape. But we had games there, and you can go back and listen to those as well, as that one is down low, and now the count is 3-2. Three and two is the count on Tadvik. The pitch popped up, and that one's going to get out of play as well, and so the count remains full. Three balls and two strikes, one out here in the top of the first. The pitch from Parsons. Swing and a miss, 2 down. You can hear the chants from the Mount Hood dugout.
Now batting for the Bulldogs from Great Falls High School in Great Falls, Montana, number 33, Morgan Sunchild.
Morgan Sunchild with 2 down here in the top of the first. In a game between the Bulldogs and the Saints. First pitch from Parsons is downstairs, and it's a 1-0. One ball, no strikes to count. Here on Sunchild, A on the pitch. Upstairs, 2-0. Both the Saints and the Bulldogs in a must-win situation. One of these teams' season, unfortunately, has to come to an end. Third game of the day for Mount Hood, only the second game for Bellevue, as that one lifted to Leslie Main. She will throw it over to Lexi Gary in time. And the Bulldogs go 1-2-3 here in the top of the first as we go to the bottom half and see Mount Hood for the first time against Bellevue in this game.
The score is 0-0.
So Cosmic.
Don't forget to check out the official tournament merchandise from Fine Designs. T-shirts, sweatshirts, and more. Everything is fully customizable, so get your tournament gear today. Supplies are limited. See the merchandise tent near concessions.
Thank you, Albert, for cutting me off there. I was about to say it is Cosmicky leading things off for the Saints. It is pretty much the same lineup for the Saints. It'll be Cosmicky, then Leach, then Lexi Gary, Brenna Wilson, Sarah Martin, Gracie Hodgson, Marley Johnson, Kayla Richmond, and Leslie Main to round out the 9.
Leading off for the Mount Hood Saints from West Albany High School in Albany, Oregon, number 7, Kenzie Kosmicki.
We'll get to the fielders for Bellevue in just a second before we see the first pitch to Kosmicki. But I will tell you on the mound for the Bulldogs is Katie Fodge, as that first pitch to Kosmicki is down low for ball 1. As that one is down low again, 2-0 the count. Catching on for Bellevue is Haley Winkler, as Kosmicki takes that one low as well, and they count 3-0. First base is Morgan Schultz. 3-0 to Kosmicki is in there for a strike, and it's 3-1. Second base is Christina Tadvik. Third base is Morgan Sunchild, as that one is in for a strike as well on the count full on Kosmicki. Kelsey Estudioso is at short. In the outfield, Taylor Wong in left, as that one is down low and Kenzie walks.
Next up for the Saints from North Medford High School in Medford, Oregon, number 1, Matlin Leach.
I can't read my own writing, but I will tell you that as Matlin Leach first pitch, it's up high for ball number 1. Zoe Morris is in right field. So 1-0 the count here to Matlin Leach. Next pitch on its way is inside, 2-0. Next pitch to Leach, outside, 3-0. So the Saints already with a leadoff runner aboard, Kenzie Kosmicki, who walked. And now it is Matlin Leach. Pitch. And that one is in there for a strike. It's 3-1. Next pitch to Leach is in there, and the count is full. Next pitch to Leach is dribbled back. Count remains full. So now Matlin Leach again with a full count. Kenzie on first. The pitch, dribbler, throw to first is not in time. So now first and second as that brings up Lexi Geary.
Next up for the Saints from San Barlow High School in Gresham, number 3, Lexi Geary.
So now here is Lexi Geary with 2 runners aboard with nobody out, bottom 1 in a scoreless game. First pitch is going to hit her, and that is going to be an automatic walk, which loads the bases as Brenna Wilson comes on. And I believe that is the 7th time in the tournament that Lexi Geary has been hit by a pitch. So here is Brenna Wilson. That was a question I should have asked Lexi yesterday. Why do you get hit by so many pitches? That's like the 7th pitch that's hit her in this tournament. It's only the 2nd time, though, she's been allowed to walk. The other times it's because the umpire said she did it intentionally and she had to go back. First pitch to Brenna Wilson is in there for a strike. It's 0-1. So Saints in prime position here with bases loaded, nobody out, bottom 1. Held Bellevue scoreless in that top of the first. And the pitch to Wilson is up high, and it's 1-1. 1-1 pitch to Wilson. Lifted out towards center, and it is gonna drop. Coming in to score, waving around now here is Leach. She gets there safely, and the Saints off to a 2-0 lead. An RBI double for Brenna Wilson makes this a 2-0 game. So here is Sarah Martin.
Now batting for the Saints from Grants Pass High School in Grants Pass, Oregon, number 8, Sarah Martin.
So Sarah Martin will try to contribute to the RBI from Brenna Wilson. First pitch to Sarah Martin, lifted out towards center field. And that one is dropping. Lexi Gary is going to tag. She is going to score. One down, but it's 3-0 in favor of the Saints. Brenna Wilson stays at second. Here's Gracie Hodgson. As Mount Hood has jumped out to an early 3-0 lead against Bellevue. The pitch. Lifted out towards right, it drops, base hit. Rounding third, coming in to score, Brenna Wilson. Hodgson going to go to third, and it's a triple.
RBI from Gracie Hodgson.
4-0 Saints early in the first. As that will bring up Marley Johnson. And now a quick meeting at the mound for the Bulldogs. Still only one out here in the bottom of the first. As the RBI triple from Gracie Hodgson makes this a 4-0 lead. Playoffs are all about revenge. And the Saints defeated the team that beat them earlier in the season, Columbia Basin. And they defeated Columbia Basin earlier today by a final of 8-3. And here against Bellevue, they have an early 4-0 lead. First pitch to Marley Johnson is up high for ball one. Marley Johnson with a 1-0, dribbled the third, throw to first, and that one's in time. Hodgson going to stay at third. It remains 4-0, 2 down.
Now batting for the Saints from Olympic High School in Olympia, Washington.
Here's Kayla Richmond.
Vincenza Richmond.
So here is Kayla Richmond. Gracie Hodgson is still on third. The pitch in there for a strike. It's 0-1. On Kayla Richmond. The pitch. Dribble out towards shortstop. Here's the throw over to first. It's in time. And that will do it. We are through one here on field 4 at Delta Park. But the Saints have exploded early. They have a 4-0 lead.
And fans, Baden Sports is proud to be the official softball of the NWAC and the official ball provider of the NWAC Softball Championship. For nearly 40 years, Baden Balls have set the standard for quality and craftsmanship, delivering world-class game balls to colleges and national conferences across the country. Baden thanks you for attending the 2023 NWAC Softball Championship. Baden, it's all about perfection.
Casey Emus will lead off the top of the second as Bellevue now finds himself in a 4-0 hole after a good first inning by the Mount Hood Saints. In an elimination game where both these teams are fighting for their season. Mount Hood, with a lot of energy, they've played 2 other games today. Bellevue's only played 1, and they lost to Clackamas.
Leading off the top of the second for Bellevue, from Kentwood High School in Kent, Washington, number 13, Casey Imus.
So now we'll see what Casey Imus will do as the Bulldogs try to regroup themselves. Down 4-0 here in the top of the second. They went 1, 2, 3 in the first. As Parsons gets ready. The infield looks ready for the Saints as well. As the first pitch to Emus is going to be just low for ball 1. Casey Emus, who is a .492 batting average, just a tad below 500. Sees her first at-bat of the ball game. And the pitch is just outside, 2-0. Two balls and no strikes to count on Casey Imus. Here's the pitch. Lifted out towards right field. Dropping foul, and it's 2-1. Two and 1 the count. And the pitch. Outside, 3-1. Three and 1 the count here on Imus. Parsons ready. And the pitch. Up high. And she will walk. A leadoff walk to start the second for the Bulldogs.
Next up for Bellevue, from Bothell High School in Bothell, Washington, number 16, Morgan Schultz.
And Morgan Schultz is a .450 batting average. She's had 131 at-bats this season as she takes the first pitch in for a strike. So the Bulldogs get a base runner. Good start for them here in the top of the second. Down 4-0. Pitch. And that one is just outside, 1-1. One ball, one strike. The count here on Schultz. And the pitch. Down low, 2-1. Two balls and a strike to Morgan Schultz. And the pitch. Dribbled out. Gets into the field. Rounding second, staying there is Emus. And now the Bellevue Bulldogs have 2 on with nobody out.
Next up for the Bulldogs, also from Bothell High School in Bothell, Washington, number 22, Katie Fodge.
So here's Katie Fodge, the pitcher. And now a quick median at the mound for the Saints. They find themselves now facing a possible run streak here for the Bulldogs with runners on first and second, nobody out. Katie Fodge bats .366. She's had 112 at-bats this season. She's got 49 RBIs. First pitch offering to her is just outside, ball one. Fodge again, the pitch, outside, 2-0. Two balls, no strikes. And the next pitch to Fodge. And that one is just outside, 3-0. Timeout is called by the umpire. Having a word with Kayla Richmond. 3-0 the count. Next pitch from Parsons. Lifted foul, and it's 3-1. Three balls and a strike to Fodge. Nobody out, runners on first and second. The pitch, and that one is a walk, and now they will load the bases.
Next up for the Bulldogs from Meadowdale High School in Linwood, Washington, number 8, Zoe Morris.
So that'll bring up Zoe Morris with the bases loaded, nobody out. Here in the top of the second, Bellevue down 4-0. So they look to get some runs back, make this a new game. First pitch is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Next pitch offering is swing and a miss. 0-2. Throw back to third is not in time. But now it's 0-2 on Zoe Morris. Casey Emus, the runner on third. Morgan Schultz, the runner on second. And Katie Fodge, the runner on first. 0-2 now to Morris. Lifted out, foul. Stays 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes to count here on Zoe Morris. Bases are loaded. That one just outside, 1-2. You can hear the chants from the Mount Hood fan base sitting right next to me. As the 1-2, down low, 2-2. Bases are loaded with nobody out. 2-2 is the count here on Morris. The pitch, swing and a miss, 1 down. Kind of a odd looking swing, but she did go all the way around, and there's 1 out. So that'll bring up Taylor Wong.
For the Bulldogs from Kent Lake High School in Kent, Washington, number 7, Taylor Wong.
The Saints get one out here in the top of the second. Bases are still loaded for Bellevue. As the first pitch to Wong is in for a strike, and it's 0-1. Just if you're listening in your car right now, I would not recommend getting on I-5 southbound at Delta Park. It is completely crowded. 0-1 the count. And that one is in there. It's 0-2. There are 5 different semi-trucks that are trying to get onto the highway. And it just looks so stalled out there. Luckily, this game should be going on a lot longer. It's only the second. 0-2 pitch. Just outside, and it's 1-2. Hopefully the traffic back to the hotel. At least for Bellevue, because they're probably staying at a hotel. Not Mount Hood. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. 2 down. Two big back-to-back strikeouts
Now batting
for
Bulldogs,
Kylie Parsons.
Glacier Peak High School in Snohomish, Washington.
Haley Winkler
Number 9, Haley Winkler.
with 2 outs here in the top of the second. Bases were loaded with no outs, but huge strikeouts for Kylie Parsons. As that one dribbled down the line, it's foul, and it's 0-1. Saints lead this game 4-0. Bases still loaded for Bellevue. 0-1 the count. And the pitch. Just a bit low, 1-1. One and one the count. Here to Winkler. The pitch. Swing and a miss. 2-2. 1-2. Saints a strike away from getting out of a huge bases loaded jam, keeping them empty through 2. 1-2 the count on Winkler with 2 down. Parsons delivers. Swing! Did she go? She did not. She was walking back to the dugout. She thought she did. But it's 2-2. They appeal down to third base. Umpire says no. And that is ball 2. 2-2 the count. The pitch. Up high. Full count. So now we are a pitch away from either being out of this inning if it's a strike or having a run come in for Bellevue with a walk and bases loaded. Unless it's another foul or a base hit. 3-2 the count. The pitch. Swing and a foul. So it remains 3-2. By the way, folks, the winning lottery numbers tonight are 7. No, I'm just kidding. I just predicted that was going to be a foul ball. I don't actually know what the winning lottery numbers are going to be. I would go with 7, 14, 18, 25, 16, and 9. I don't know. 3-2 pitch. Lifted out towards third, and that one's foul. 2 straight foul balls. Big shout out to my grandmother. She likes to play lottery. She gets tickets from literally anywhere but Portland because she thinks it's bad luck. But it hasn't really been good luck because she hasn't won yet. Full count still here to Winkler. 2 down here in the top of the second. Pitch from Parsons. Popped up. Sarah Martin called for it. She's got it. And they get out of a huge jam, leaving Bellevue empty. We go to the bottom of the second. Still 4-0 in favor of the Saints.
Heading to the middle of the second, Bellevue 0, Mount Hood 4.
A little bit of an earlier end to the tournament here on a Friday. Final games are being played right now at 3:30. No 5:30 games like we had yesterday. But right now, we also have another game going on in the field next to us. That is the game between North Idaho and Everett. And the winner of that one will get the winner of this one tomorrow on that same field at 10 a.m. Southwest Oregon will play Clackamas tomorrow at 10 a.m. right here on this field on the winner's side. Winner of that one
Leading out for the Saints
will then not play again until Sunday.
Number 11, Leslie May.
So only one game tomorrow for either Clackamas or Southwest Oregon. Both teams which only played one game today. So now here is Leslie Main to lead things off for the Saints. Leading 4-0 here in the bottom half of the second. She dribbles that one down the line. It hits the base. It is fair. Leslie Main rounding first. She's going to stay there. It's a leadoff single. So that'll bring up Kenzie Kosmicki.
Now batting for the Saints, center field, number 7, Kenzie Kosmicki.
I'm not sure anybody of you listening know Kenzie Kosmicki personally. She told me yesterday that she would bring the rally dyno. She has yet to do so. So just kind of calling her out on that. I did see her earlier today. I guess I could have asked her for it, but oh well. They, I guess, don't need it. As Kenzie, oh, and a pickoff double play as Kenzie lines out to second base, and they pick off Maine at first, 2 down.
Now batting for the Saints, second base, number 1, Matlin Leach.
So here is Matlin Leach as they try to get something going here. Already down 2 outs. Still leading 2-0. And the first pitch to Leach is upstairs for ball 1. Next pitch to Leach down low, 2-0. Two balls, no strikes to count on Matlin Leach with 2 outs. The pitch up high, 3-0. Lexi Gary is on deck if we don't have a third out. Saints trying to extend their season to tomorrow. Already leading 4-0. The pitch to Leach, and it's a 4-pitch walk. So now here is Lexi Gary.
Next up for the Saints, first base, number 3, Lexi Geary.
First pitch to Lexi Gary is popped up deep, but way out of play. It's foul, 0-1. And that one might have cleared the fence on the other field. Owen won the count here to Lexi Gary. The pitch lifted out towards right field. Not very deep, backing up, and the catch is going to be made in right field, and that is going to be caught by Zoe Morris to retire the side.
Bellevue 0, Mount Hood 4.
We are through 2. It's still 4-0 in favor of the Saints.
And fans, check out the NWAC on social media using the handle @NWAC Sports on Facebook and Twitter, and using the handle @NWAC Sports 1 on Instagram. Find all the latest news and highlights from NWAC events. Connect with us today.
Brian Goodman is our umpire behind the plate. Did not have time before this game started to get the other umpires' names, but was able to ask him quickly. So Brian Goodman is our home plate umpire. It's an all-male crew. As to lead things off for the Bulldogs,
Leading off for the Bulldogs
will be
shortstop,
Isabella
number 5,
Canal.
Kelsey Studioso.
Or no, back to the top of the lineup. Kelsey Studioso. So we are at the back to the top of the lineup. Top three here in a 4-0 lead for the Saints. Studioso 0 for 1 with an out to second. First pitch to her is just outside, and it's 1-0. One ball, no strikes to count here to Studioso. Parsons ready, and that one outside, 2-0. No more games on field 3 or 2. Field 4 and field 5 are taking us the rest of the way in the tournament. Of course, championship game will be here on field 4. 2-0 pitch in there, 2-1. And our lovely public address announcer, Albert Hensley, is the official public address of the entire tournament here on field 4. 2-1 the count here on Studioso. The pitch lifted to Lexi Gary. What a catch! Lexi Gary with a nice line catch for out number 1.
Next up for the Bulldogs, second base, number 26, Christina Tadvik.
Here is Christina Tadvik. 1 out here in the top of the third, and a 4-0 lead for the Saints. So they try to extend their season. First pitch is in there, 0-1. No balls and a strike to count here on Tadvik. Next pitch, bunted, foul, 0-2.
Foul ball.
So that one is foul. It's 0-2. As it was close, but it never made it past the batter's box line, so that is indeed foul. The fans next to me were claiming that it was a fair ball. They threw it out at first, which is why. 0-2 count here on Tadvik with 1 out. The pitch from Parsons, outside, 1-2. This is the third game I have done today, all solo. Thought maybe basketball star Journey Kennard would join me for at least one. She was here during the first game, and basketball assistant coach Kelsey Higgins also tried to convince her to do it, but she didn't want to. So, nonetheless, the one-man show is truly the one-man show as that pitch is in the dirt, 2-2. And now a quick meeting at the mound for the Saints. And I think we might be getting a pitching change. I'm not sure. They're asking Parsons whether or not she wants to keep going, and I think she does. So Parsons is going to continue. She has pitched 2 complete games plus 2 full innings and a third. This is the 16th inning in which Parsons has pitched today. It took 7 against Columbia Basement, only 5 against Walla Walla, as that one has popped up. Still 2-2. So she pitched 12 through 2, and she's pitched 2 and a third so far. She's actually pitched 14 in a third inning. My math was a little bit off. It's Friday. I'm not doing math. Also been here at Delta Park all day, so I've been here since 9:15 this morning. Next pitch down low and the count full. Currently 4:15, so I've been here for about 8 hours. Or it's 7 hours, actually. I've been up since 7:30 this morning. Not that any of you guys listening care. Just stating facts. 3 balls and 2 strikes here, the count on Tadvik. The pitch, down low, and a walk. So that'll bring up Morgan Sunchild.
Now batting for the Bulldogs, third base, number 33, Morgan Sunchild.
First pitch down to Sunchild is lifted out into the field, base hit. Rounding second, staying there is Tadvik. And now the Bulldogs got 2 on with only 1 out.
Next up for the Bellevue Bulldogs, number 13, Casey Imus.
Casey Imus will try to drive in some runs. Only 1 out here in the top of the third. 4-0. Mount Hood with the lead. Here's the first pitch, and that one lifted foul. It's 0-1. Oh, and 1 here, the count on Amos. Parsons ready. Runners set, and the pitch dribbled out, and that one's going to get through. Rounding third, coming in to score, and that'll be the first run for Bellevue as Tadvik makes it home safely. RBI single
from Casey Imus.
for Casey Imus, and it's 4-1.
Next up for the Bulldogs, first base, number 16, Morgan Schultz.
So Sunchild is on second. Imus is on first. Morgan Schultz now with 1 out here in the top of the third. First pitch to her is outside, ball 1. Saints have 1 out here in the top of the third, giving up the first run to Bellevue. 4-1 now, and that one's in their first strike. It's 1-1. This is Mount Hood's 5th game in 2 days. 3rd game today. 1-1. In there, 1-2. This is Bellevue's 2nd game today, 4th game of the tournament. Each team only played 2 yesterday. 1-2 pitch, dribbled down. Leslie Main tossed to Martin, steps on third to get the advanced runner, 2 down.
Next up for the Bulldogs, number 22, Katie Fodge.
So here is Katie Fodge now with 2 outs. As Bulldogs try to get a couple more here before they are done in the third. First pitch on the way is in there, 0-1. Katie Vodge is also the tying run if she happens to hit one deep. She's had 16 home runs this season. And she gets the 0-1. And that one outside. Ball and a strike. Second time Mount Hood has played on this field. They suffered defeat at the hands of Lower Columbia last time, which was yesterday. 1-1 the count here to Fodge. Upstairs, 2-1. Two and 1 the count here to Fodge. The pitch lifted out towards right field. It is deep. It is gone. Katie Fodge goes deep. This game is tied.
Three-run home run from Katie Fodge.
On a 2-out rally, the Bellevue Bulldogs have fought back and have made this a new game. It's 4-4.
Now batting for the Bulldogs, number 8, Zoe Morris.
Base is clearing. 3-run shot to tie it. And the Bulldogs have even things at 4. Zoe Morris. First pitch in there for a strike. Oh, 1 the count, the pitch. Lifted out, Leslie Main's go. Oh, it went through her. And a 2-out single. Zoe Morris.
For the Bulldogs, number 7, Taylor Wong.
As Leslie Main has a chuckle. And here is Taylor Wong. And now the lead run aboard for Bellevue. As the first pitch is up high for ball 1. One and 0 the count. The pitch up high, 2-0. Two-0 count. The pitch outside, 3-0. Haley Winkler on deck. If we don't have a third out. The 3-0 pitch to Wong is in there for a strike. It's 3-1. Three and 1 count. 2 down. To the top of the third. The pitch. And that one is just a bit inside. And a 2-out walk.
Next up for the Bulldogs, catcher, number 9, Haley Winkler.
So Haley Winkler now with 2 base runners on. Zoe Morris is the runner on second. Taylor Wong, the runner on first. The pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. No balls and a strike. The pitch, lifted out, foul. It's 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes to count on Winkler with 2 on and 2 out. The pitch, lifted up, foul. Remains 0-2. Oh, and 2 the count. And the pitch, outside, 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. The count on Winkler. 2 down here on the top of the third. The pitch, lifted, foul. Stays 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 gone, top 3. The pitch, outside, 2-2. Runners on first and second. 2-2 to Winkler. Outside, count full. Three balls and 2 strikes with 2 down and 2 on. The pitch, and that one is up high as she walks. Bases loaded as that brings us back to the top of the lineup.
Now batting for the Bulldogs,
Kelsey Estudioso.
Number 5, Kelsey Estudioso.
And I believe we are getting a pitching change. I think Parsons is done. Marley Johnson coming in. "14 2/3 innings. Parsons' day finally complete. Marley Johnson comes in to pitch. Everyone else kind of stays the same.
Now pitching for the Saints from St. Mary's Academy in Portland, number 9, Marley Johnson.
So where we stand right now in the top of the third with 2 outs and a pitching change. Mount Hood jumped out to an early 4-0 lead in the first. Bellevue has gotten 4 here in the third, and we are even at 4. Bases are loaded, and there's 2 outs. The batter is Kelsey Estudioso, who started this inning. So Bellevue has now batted through the order here in the third, in a do-or-die game for both these teams. Everyone else's positions stay the same. The only difference is Marley Johnson is on the mound. Saints trying to get out of another huge jam. They left him loaded back in the second, but they've given up the tie here in the third. See if they can prevent any further damage. First pitch of the day for Marley Johnson. Down low, runner tags, throw home, not in time, and Bellevue's got the lead.
Bellevue scores on the wild pitch.
So now it's 5-4 Bellevue. As Studioso now faces 1-0. And the pitch, just a bit low, 2-0. Second and third now, 2 down. 5-4, Bulldogs with the lead. Pitch, down low, 3-0. Saints just need to get out of this one, get back on offense. They've been strong. And now facing a deficit once again that they have to come back from. 3-0, down low. Runner will go home. It's 6-4 Bellevue.
Another run scores for Bellevue Bulldogs.
So that'll bring up
Next,
Christina
Bulldogs,
Tadvik.
26, Christina Tadvik.
With runners on the corners now. Saints now find themselves down by 2. Largest deficit they faced today. First pitch down low, 1-0. The count, the pitch, and the throw to back to third is not going to be in time. Runner steals second. That is Studioso. So now runners on second and third with 2 outs. It's Tadvik now in a 2-0 count. Next pitch off right now for Marley Johnson. It's in there, 2-1. Two and 1 the count. The pitch. In there, 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes with 2 down. Runners on second and third. And a 6-4 lead for Bellevue. Johnson the pitch. Swing and a dribbler. Sarah Martin got it. Throw to first in time. And that is it for the top half of the third. But the Bellevue Bulldogs tack on 6, and they have their first lead of the afternoon against the Saints. They lead by 2 at 6-4 as we go to the bottom of the third.
Fans, this year's NWAC Championship broadcasts are powered by Huddle and produced by Skeeter Buggins Productions. Watch championship games live and on demand on the NWAC Sports Network at nwacsportsnetwork.com. Games can be downloaded for just $10 once the event has concluded. Leading off for the Saints, number 5,
Brenna Wilson will lead things off here in the bottom half of the third as the Saints now find themselves down by 2. First pitch to Brenna Wilson is in for a strike. It's 0-1. Oh, and 1 now on Brenna Wilson. The pitch, swing and a miss. It's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes here to Wilson. The pitch lifted out towards left, and that one is into the glove of the left fielder, Taylor Wong.
Next up for the Saints, third base, number 8, Sarah Martin.
So here is Sarah Martin. With 1 down here in the bottom of the third. The pitch up high, ball 1. Next pitch on its way is up high, ball 2. Sarah Martin now 2 balls, no strikes to count. 1 down here in the bottom of the third, down 6-4. Next pitch on its way, down low, 3-0. Gracie Hodgson is on deck, and if Sarah Martin gets on, Hodgson represents the tying run. .30 pitch, and that is a 4-pitch walk.
Next up for the Saints, left field, number 10, Gracie Hodgson.
So now the Saints will try to start getting something here with 1 down here in the bottom of the third with a base runner. Sarah Martin is on first. Marley Johnson on deck. As the first pitch to Hodgson, lifted out towards center, dropping, base hit. Throw to second, not in time. And now the runner is on first and second with only 1 out.
Now batting for the Saints, pitcher number 9, Marley Johnson.
So now here is Marley Johnson, who represents the lead run, if she somehow pokes 1 deep. Only 1 home run in this game by Bellevue pitcher Katie Fodge. Marley Johnson, the pitcher, see if she can poke 1 out. First pitch to her is outside, ball 1. One out here, 1-0 to Johnson. Triple down the line, foul into the dugout, and it's 1-1. One. Fouled back, 1-2. One and two, the count on Marley Johnson. Runners up first and second. The pitch lifted out, and that one is foul.
Foul ball.
And it's still 1-2. Still only 1 out. Kayla Richmond and Leslie Main would be the next 2. See what Marley Johnson can do here with a 1-2 count. Next pitch on the way is foul. And that one is into the glove and off the netting. 1-2 still the count. One, 2 to Marley Johnson. Lifted out into the glove and back to second. In time, they get the double play. They pick off Sarah Martin. And that is the end of 3. We go to the 4th. Bellevue 6 and the Saints 4.
At the bottom of 3, Bellevue 6, Mount Hood 4. Fans, the NWAC would like to thank Travel Portland and Sport Oregon for their support of the NWAC Softball Championship Tournament. Find things to do, places to eat, events going on, and more. Visit travelportland.com and sportoregon.org. Leading out the top of the fourth, third base, number 33, Morgan Sunchild.
Morgan Sunchild will lead things off here for Bellevue, leading 6-4 in the top of the fourth. And the first pitch here from Marley Johnson is down low, ball one. Both teams fighting for their season. Bellevue was down 4-0. They now lead 6-4. 1-0 is down low, 2-0. Two and 0 to Sunchild. Leadoff hitter in the fourth. In there, 2-1. Two balls and a strike here to Sunchild. Pitch from Johnson. And it's down low. 3-1. Three balls and a strike here to Sunchild. Pitch from Johnson. Swing and a dribbler into center. Cosmic. He makes the catch. One down.
Coming to the plate for the Bulldogs,
Casey
number 13,
Emis.
Casey Imus.
Imus 2 for 2 with a walk and a double. One down here at the top of the fourth. 6-4 lead for Bellevue. First pitch from Johnson, lifted out into right field. Wilson chasing after it, can't catch. Oh, and it hit the top of the fence anyways. And goes back into the field to play, but it is foul, 0-1. No balls and a strike to count here on Imus. Marley Johnson sets. And that one down low. And it's 1-1. One and one the count. One out in the top of the fourth. The pitch. Outside, 2-1. 2 balls and a strike here to Imus. Pitch from Johnson. Swing and a foul back. It's 2-2. This is a rematch of the championship game from last year. Bellevue with a 6-4 lead, 2-2 down low, and the count full. Mount Hood, of course, took that championship 8-7 in 8 innings. They are the defending champions, but of course Bellevue is looking for revenge. The Saints trying to get over the hump after dropping their first to Lower Columbia. Full count pitch, lifted, and it's into the field, base hit. As Imus will round first, she stays there. And a single with 1 out.
Next up for the Bulldogs, number 16, Morgan Schultz.
Here is Morgan Schultz. 1 on, 1 out here in the 4th. Pitch to her is down low for ball 1. One ball, no strikes here on Schultz. And the pitch is just outside, 2-0. Next pitch to Schultz. In there for a strike. It's 2-1. Two and 1 the count to Schultz. The pitch just outside, 3-1. I missed the only base runner. She is on first. Morgan Schultz, a 3-1 count with 1 out. Pitch lifted up, foul, and it's 3-2. Three balls, 2 strikes on Schultz. The pitch down low, and a 1-out walk.
Next up for the Bulldogs, number 22, Katie Fodge.
And Katie Fodge, who hit the home run back in the 3rd inning. And Marley Johnson, I believe we are getting a pitching change, as Johnson is done after just 2/3 of an inning.
Now pitching for the Saints from Toledo High School in Toledo, Oregon, number 6, Mariah Frederick.
So Mariah Frederick is the new pitcher for the Saints, with Mount Hood trailing 6-4 here in the 4th. Trying to get out of a jam here with runners on first and second with only 1 out. Katie Fodge, who tied things up back in the 3rd, led to that 6-run spurt by the Bulldogs in the top of the 3rd, which gives them a 6-4 lead here in the top of the 4th. having the defending champs in a little bit of prevent mode as they try to keep their season alive. But of course, the Bulldogs looking for revenge after being beaten by this team in the championship last year. So Mariah Frederick is now on the mound for the Saints. Everyone else is in their same position. First pitch to Fudge. Lifted to Matlin Leach. It gets through. Rounding third, coming in to score, and she will get there easily as Imus. And it's 7-4 Bellevue.
RBI single from Katie Fudge.
So Katie Fudge now with a home run and an RBI single. Extends the Bellevue lead to 3, 7-4.
For the Bulldogs, number 8, Zoe Morris.
As that brings up Zoe Morris. Pitch from Frederick, up high, ball 1. One ball, no strikes to count. On Morris the pitch. And that one outside, 2 balls, no strikes. Second and third with 1 out. 7-4, the Bellevue lead. Frederick the pitch. Down low, 3-0. In there, 3-1. Three balls and a strike to count here. As that one lifted out into left, Gracie Hodgson underneath, can't get it. Dropping down, and now rounding third, coming in to score. Throw there is going to be late. And the error is a triple for Morris. It's 9 for Bellevue.
2 RBIs from Zoe Morris.
The Bulldogs have absolutely found a way
Now batting for the Bulldogs, number 7, Taylor
to
Wong.
drain the momentum out of Mount Hood. And have now taken a 5-run lead, 9-4. Here's Wong. First pitch to her, dribbled through the field. It's going to get through. Another base. Another run will score. RBI single.
Taylor Wong
Makes it 10-4 Bellevue.
Now batting for the Bulldogs, number 9, Haley Winkler.
So here's Haley Winkler. First pitch to Winkler is outside for ball 1. Want to know the count and the pitch? Dribbled out. Frederick's got it. They they can't get her at second. As she fielded it cleanly, but the throw to Maine gets out of the glove.
Next up for the Bulldogs.
And now runners up first and second.
5, Kelsey Studioso.
So back to the top of the lineup with Studioso. Saints Trying to get out of a big jam here. Down by 6. First pitch to Studioso is up high, ball 1. One zero the count. Here's the pitch, up high, 2-0. In there, 2-1. Two balls and a strike. The count on Studios to the pitch. Dribbled out. Leslie Main got it. Flipped to first. And that is all they will get. And there's 2 down.
Coming to the plate for the Bulldogs, number 26, Christina Tadvik.
Here is Christina Tadvik. Morgan Sunshine was on deck. She started this inning. We'll see if the Bulldogs bat through the lineup here as the first pitch to Tadvik is in for a strike. Throw down back to third is not in time. And now runners on first and second with 2 down. Or they did. They did get her at third.
Runners called out at third.
So they do get the runner at third. They pick her off. And we go to the bottom of the 4th. Saints got some work to do, down by 6. It's 10-4 in favor of the Bulldogs.
The fans, don't forget to check out the official tournament merchandise from Fine Designs. T-shirts, sweatshirts, and more. Everything is fully customizable. Get your tournament gear today. Supplies are limited. See the merchandise tent near concessions. Leading off for the Saints, number 18, Kayla Vincenza Richmond.
Kayla Richmond leads things off here in the bottom of the 4th, and that first pitch is just high for ball 1. 4 runs in that last inning for the Bulldogs as they take a 10-4 lead. Pitch to Richmond, lifted out into right, dropping base hit, and have Richmond aboard with a leadoff single.
Single, Kayla Richmond. Now batting for the Saints, shortstop number 11, Leslie Main.
So here is Leslie Main. Kenzie Kosmicki on deck. As that first pitch up high for ball 1. Runner on first, that's Richmond. 1 ball and no strikes to count on Leslie Main. The pitch in there, 1-1. One and one pitch. Up high, 2-1. 2 balls and a strike to count here to Leslie Main. 1 on, no out. The pitch down low. Richmond will go to second, and she's there safely. And it's 3-1. Three and one now to Leslie Main. And that one's in there. The count is full. Three and two to Leslie Main. The pitch, swing and a pop up. Out to right. Catch is made. Richmond won't tag, and there's one away. So here is Kenzie Kosmicki.
Field number 7, Kenzie Kosmicki.
With Kayla Richmond going to second. Madeline Leach, Lexi Gary due up. First pitch to Kosmicki, lifted out towards center. It's back. It is deep, and it is caught. Kayla Richmond will go back to second.
Next up for the Saints, number 1, Madeline Leach.
As here is Madeline Leach. Was close, but making the catch at the wall. In center field for out number 2. Here's Madeline Leach. First pitch to her. Grounded to shortstop. Throw over to first in time, and that will retire the side here in the 4th. As Richmond gets aboard, but then after that, it's 1, 2, 3. We go to the 5th. It's still 10-4 Bulldogs. Some changes to start this 5th inning. Lexi Gary is now on the mound for the Saints. Cam Rollison goes to first at her place. Zoe Zimmer now behind the plate catching. As the umpires relaying that to the scorers. Christina Tadbick is still up.
Now pitching for the Saints, number 3, Lexi Geary.
So here's Tadbick.
And batting for the Bulldogs, number 26, Christina Tadbick.
With Lexi Gary getting her first pitching of the day. Pitched a little bit last night. First pitch is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike to count here on Tadbick. Pitch from Lexi Gary is down low, 1-1. She had to reach out and make that catch as Zoe Zimmer threw the ball kind of away from her, and Lexi Gary is still able to make the catch. 1-1 now here to Tadbick. The pitch up high, 2-1. 2 balls and a strike here on Tadvik. The pitch lifted out towards center. Mickey back, and she makes the catch. 1 down. So that'll bring up Morgan Sunchild.
Also for the Saints playing first base, number 21, Cameron Rollison. And behind the plate, number 28, Zoe Zimmer.
So Morgan Sunchild now for the Bulldogs with 1 away here in the top of the 5th. It's her first pitch, and that one is just inside for ball 1.
And batting for the Bulldogs, number 33, Morgan Sunchild.
Bellevue still up by 6. 10-4 here in the top half of the 5th. Next pitch on its way, and that one is in there, and it's 1-1. One ball, 1 strike, and the pitch. Swing and a ball lifted to left, back, and at the wall. Rounding first, going to second is Sunchild.
Morgan Sunchild.
And a 1-out double. That'll bring up Casey Imus.
Now batting for the Bulldogs, number 13, Casey Imus.
Saints season down to 9 outs, down 6 here in the top half of the 5th, with Bellevue leading this game 10-4. A rematch of the championship game from last year. And the first pitch is just inside for ball 1. Fans do not agree with the call from home plate umpire Brian Goodman. 1-0 pitch from Lexa Gary, swing and a miss, 1-1. One and 1 to Imus. Down low, 2-1. Two balls and a strike here, the count on Imus. Runner on second with 1 out. The pitch lifted foul, and it's 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes, the count. Next pitch to Imus is lifted into shallow right, base hit, rounding third, staying there. And a 1-out single will put runners on the corners.
Next up for the Bulldogs, number 16, Morgan Schultz.
That'll bring up Morgan Schultz. Now the Bellevue coach barking at his dugout. As pinch running now for Imus is going to be Louisa Gassi.
Number 12, Luisa Gauchi.
Luisa Gauchi is pinch running on first. Runners on the corners, 1 out here in the top of the 5th. And a 10-4 lead for the Bulldogs. And the pitch is in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. 0-1 the count. The pitch. Inside and no throw to second. Now runners on second and third. And the count 1-1 here on Schultz. One ball, one strike. The pitch. And that one up high. She did not go. 2-1. Two balls and a strike to count here on Morgan Schultz. With one down here in the top of the fifth. The pitch is just a bit outside. 3-1. Three-one pitch. In there, 3-2. Three balls, two strikes, the pitch. Lifted out towards left, and it's dropping foul. So it remains 3-2. Three balls and two strikes, one down. The pitch outside, and bases are loaded. That brings up Katie Fodge.
22, Katie Fodge.
She had the home run back in the third. Another home run here would really hurt the Saints. Bases are loaded, only one out. Fighting for the season to stay alive. First pitch is just low, ball one. One 0 pitch. Down low, 2-0. Two balls and no strikes to count to Fodge. The pitch. Swing and a miss, 2-1. Two balls and a strike to count. Next pitch to Fodge. Lifted up into left. Gracie Hodgson over, and it lands foul, and it's 2-2. Two and two the count. Strikeout would really be beneficial here for the Saints. With only one out, to get that second out is huge with bases loaded. The 2-2. Popped up and out of play. Two balls, two strikes, once again to Fodge. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, 2 down. Huge strikeout for Alexi Gary
Now batting for the Bulldogs, number
to get out number
Zoe
2.
Morris.
So here is Zoe Morris. Sparks a little bit of life in the Saints dugout, still finding themselves trailing by 6. First pitch to Morris is outside, but called for a strike. It's 0-1. Oh, and 1 the count. Here to Morris. Runners on second and third, and that one is foul tip, and it's 0-2. Saints trying to get out of defense here, get back on offense. They've got 2 outs here in the top of the 5th, down by 6. 2-2, lifted up and out of play. Oh, 2 pitch. Here to Zoe Morris with 2 outs and 2 on here in the 5th. Down low, 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Pitch popped up, and that one gets into the netting. Next pitch on its way, lifted up and foul. Still 1-2 the count. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Next pitch to Morris is up high, 2-2. Nice looking boat making its way towards the freeway. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. Once again, Lexi Gary fires it, and that one is popped up. Rollison over, can't make the play, and it's foul. Morris is peppering Lexi Gary on the mound, making her pitch over and over. It's still 2-2 with 2 down. Bellevue leads by 6 with runners on second and third. 2-2 pitch, swing, and a foul back again. Two balls, 2 strikes still to count here on Zoe Morris. And the pitch, just outside, and the count full. Fans wanted the strike 3 call, they didn't get it. Excuse me, bases are loaded actually. Bases are loaded for the Bulldogs. 3-2 the count. And the pitch is up high. Walks in another run. It's 11-4.
Next up for the Bulldogs, number 7, Taylor Wong.
Taylor Wong with 2 outs, 7-run lead for the Bulldogs. First pitch offering is up high, ball 1. One ball, no strikes to count here on Wong. Bases loaded once again for Bellevue, up 11-4. Next pitch on the way is up high, 2-0. Two balls, no strikes to count. The pitch up high, 3-0. Three balls and no strikes to count. Here's the pitch, and that one is up high, a 4-pitch walk. And now the Saints really in trouble as they find themselves down 8. And now their season comes down to 3 outs.
Number 9, Haley Winkler.
That'll bring up Haley Winkler. Saints still need to get that 3rd out here in the 5th, and then they got to score at least a run in the bottom half of the 5th or their season's over. And the pitch is up high, ball 1. And now timeout is going to be called. And now a meeting at the mound. So the Saints down 12-4. By rule, if they don't get anything in the 5th, that is the end of their season. A remarkable season that they have had. But hopefully it won't be over. And they can get some sparks in the bottom half of the 5th. But it all starts with getting a 3rd out here in the top half. They've got 2, but Bellevue's got the bases loaded. Haley Winkler. With 1 ball and no strikes, the pitch is in there, 1-1. One pitch, down low, 2-1. Two and one the pitch. Here to Winkler. Lifted out, and it's off the glove of Leach. Into the field, rounding third. Coming in to score is Morris. Everyone going to stay where they are.
2 RBIs.
2 runs come in, and it's 14-4.
Next up for the Bulldogs, number 5, Kelsey Studioso.
So back to the top of the lineup with Kelsey Studioso. Runners on the corners, first and third. And a 10-run lead now for the Bulldogs. Saints dugout still has a lot of pep. Give them credit. The pitch inside, ball one. Or that one is a delayed strike call. It's actually 0-1. Next pitch on its way is up high, 1-1. One ball and one strike to count. Next offering from Lexi Gary, down low, 2-1. Two and one the count. Next pitch on the way. In there, 2-2. Two balls, two strikes here on Studioso. The pitch, swing and a miss. They finally get out of a jam, leave them loaded once again. But the Saints, their season comes down to just 3 outs unless they can get at least 3 runs.
Out to get me. That's the way it seems. Disappointment haunting all my dreams. Then I saw her face. Now I'm a believer. Of the trace. Put down in my mind. I'm a believer. What is the use in trying? All you get is pain. When I needed sunshine, I got rain. Oh, then I saw her face. Now I'm a believer. Now her face. Down in my mind.
Lexi Gary will lead things off, followed by Brenna Wilson, Gracie Hodgson, or Sarah Martin, Gracie Hodgson, and then the rest. They need 3 runs to keep the season alive. 3 outs, and it's over. First pitch to Lexi Gary up high, ball 1. A big 5th inning here for the Saints. As Lexi Gary pops that one up into right field underneath, and 1 down. Catch is made out in right field
Number 5
by Zoe Morris.
Wilson.
So here is Brenna Wilson. And now the Saints season comes down to 2 outs. First pitch is down low, ball 1. One ball, no strikes to count here on Brenna Wilson. Up high, 2-0. Next pitch is down low, 3-0. Three balls and no strikes to count here on Brenna Wilson. The pitch, and that's a 4-pitch walk. Here is Sarah
Next
Martin.
up for the Saints, number 8, Sarah Martin.
One on, one out. Sarah Martin's first pitch is outside, ball 1. One 0 pitch. Down low, 2-0. Two 0 to Sarah Martin. Up high, 3-0. Gracie Hodgson is on deck. Then Marley Johnson if the season continues. 3-0 to Sarah Martin. And that is another 4-pitch walk.
Stepping up to the plate for the Saints, number 10, Gracie Hodgson.
So the Saints still have life. Gracie Hodgson with only 1 out, but 2 on. Marley Johnson on deck, followed by Kayla Richmond and Leslie May to round out the bottom half of the order, if we fortunately get to it. First pitch to Hodgson, up high, ball 1. One ball and no strikes to count to Gracie Hodgson. The pitch, bunted, and that's a double tap and a foul. Brenna Wilson is the runner on second. Sarah Martin is the runner on first. Gracie Hodgson, a 1-1 count. Down by 10 in their season, down on 2 outs unless they get 3. Dribbles out 1. Here's the throw to first. It's in time. And now the Saints season comes down to an out.
Now batting from Diamond High School in Anchorage, Alaska, number 21, Cam Rollison.
Cam Rollison is batting in place of Marley Johnson. See if she can keep the season alive. First pitch is high, ball 1. One 0 pitch outside, 2-0. Mariah Frederick is the next batter if this game doesn't end. 2-0 pitch with 2 down. Dribbled the shortstop, throw to first, and that is it. The Northwest Athletic Conference will have no repeat champion as the Bellevue Bulldogs defeat the defending champs, the Mount Hood Saints. In 5 innings, they take this one 14-4 and will advance to play against the winner of Everett and North Idaho tomorrow on Field 5.
At 10 a.m. on Field 5 against North Idaho.
So it will be against North Idaho. Thank you to Albert Hensley. North Idaho won that game against Everett. Bellevue here wins today. And for the Mount Hood Saints, what a ride it's been.
And a great season.
What a joy. So glad to be a part of it. I just want to thank everyone that allowed me to be a part of this. I had so much fun, whether it was basketball or softball. My cameraman couldn't have a camera here, but Janice, if you're listening, I just want to say thank you. Sorry, I'm losing my voice. This has just been so much fun. And thank you to everyone that has allowed me to be a part of it. Something's gotten in my eyes too, getting a little emotional here, but Saints 35 wins in the regular season. Still got to give him credit. What a ride it has been. Thank you to Coach Hendrickson. Thank you to everyone at Mount Hood that has given me the shot at broadcasting both the basketball and the softball season. Thank you to Coach Hendrickson. Special thanks to Athletic Director Kim Hyatt, and special thanks to Athletic Director of the NWAC, Ian Dexter, for allowing me to have this audio set up. It's been fun. And was hoping to continue it into the weekend. Unfortunately, it will end here on this Friday evening. And to everyone that has been listening for the past couple of days, these 5 games have been such a joy to bring you. And there really isn't any word I could say. It has been so much fun. And hopefully, as part of the Advocate, we have one more special event for you before the end of the year, one more broadcast, but we're not sure. For signing up from Delta Park for now, thanks for joining us. What a season for the Mount Hood Saints, unfortunately, comes to an end here against Bellevue. Once again, the final score, 14-4. The Bulldogs win this one and end the defending champs run at a repeat. From Delta Park, signing off. Thank you all so much for having me on your YouTube stream.